Hey guys, Viggoman here and welcome back to Let's Build Klipstead. Today we're going to be building 3 houses which are a part of a shop and also a residential that the people working in the shop or with the profession, whatever, they live upstairs or in the back of this building here. So that's going to be fun. And it's going to be 3 small buildings in the same scale as the one we did the last episode. The first one we are building now is a Butchery Interior. It's going to be super fun. I'll show you what I've done there after the time lapses and stuff. I really like how the interior turned out. I'm trying to do the same style as the first build, but mixing it up a little bit, doing some of the details different, but keeping that overall Viking style with a lot of wooden textures combined together, a lot of patterns, carved wood, cool wooden shapes overall with this thatched roof. And overall it turned out to be a really nice Nordic house, I think, and it really fits the theme that we have going here for Klipstead. So I'm super happy about that. You can see now that I'm working on the in front of the facade here. It's a lot different than the first one, but still it's so similar that it actually fits in the way that the details I've been using on this build is not anywhere near to the ones I used in the first house, but they still fit because we have the general shape, the same color pattern, and use some of the same blocks overall. But overall it's a pretty cool house. I really like how it turned out. Now we are starting to build the leather worker, which will be on the side here, and this is a very hard build for me to do because it's on a diagonal. It's on like a 30 degrees angle, and it was pretty hard to do that in Minecraft because, you know, it's all based on squared blocks, and doing builds that is not squared was super hard. So I had a hard time trying to figure out especially the roof and the facades and the details. But the interior was kind of okay, but the outside was a freaking pain to do. You will see why. You can see how hard it is to get that front correct. It looks super odd and weird until I finally find a solution to my problem. And it looks alright. I've been having some guys coming over, checking it out, and telling me kind of what they think about it, how it look, and they said, I don't think there's any way to actually do that better than that, they said. So I'm pretty happy with that. I don't think there's anything I could improve with the way I built, especially the roof and the sides. Possibly some details could have been done better, but that's something I will learn in the future, you know. I miss you. I learn every day. I learn new building techniques every day I build. And my hope is that you guys will learn a lot from checking out my videos, learn a lot for watching this and checking out all of what I do, and that you can build for yourself and have a lot of fun and possibly teach me some. I learn a lot from you guys as well. You guys post me pictures on Twitter, and some of you build on the server here on Butchery Reforged. I can check it out, and you give me some tips and ideas that I haven't really thought about. You can see here on the front, trying to do a decent design. It kind of worked. I think once you kind of step a little bit back, it looks alright, but when you're very close to the build, it doesn't really look that great, alright? So overall, kind of happy with how this build here turned out, alright? Trying to just add some small detail and stuff, because my main idea is that this build will break up the symmetry of the town, because if you build every house on an angle, or a 90-degree angle, if that makes sense, it will look very weird from above, and the streets will look very artificial. So making some builds, I don't want to make too many of them, just a few builds which are on a diagonal would really just break out the whole infrastructure of the town. And the last build we're doing right now is the Chandler, where you will be making candles, and it's not a French character, not a French one, but a French character. It's an actual profession where you create candles. All right. What I'm gonna do as well is to in the back of these 2 buildings here, I'm gonna to make a backyard where they would have farms and stuff like that to kind of give themselves a little bit of a nutrition source, some food and some vegetables. as an addition to the income they have from the profession and survey they serve. Also decided to add this cool arched window here in the thatched roof, which is very cool. It's very Norwegian, and many Norwegian houses has this. I don't know if they did this actually in the medieval ages, in the Viking age, but in later ages they actually did this a lot, which looks super cool, and I tried to kind of implement that into the build. But now let me just finish this and I'll meet you in first person so we can check out everything in detail. Alright guys, isn't this pretty? Isn't the way these houses are aligned together super nice? I think the houses really kind of complement each other in a good way, and it really brings the town to life. I think it's very cool, and I can just imagine having more builds around here. Before we start checking out the new builds, I want to show you how the bakery turned out. From the last episode, I worked on the interior here. We have this desk here for buying and selling bread. Then we have a small kitchen, or the production area, where we'll be baking all the breads and the stuff, bakery things, and put them into this big, nice stone oven here. Kind of trying to simulate that it's baking around here. You can go out this door here. We have some storage behind here in the back, and just decent area for storage, I guess. We can go up here, and then we have the living quarters for the family doing this. So we have a double bed, single bed, very simple design here, but I think it has some kind of character and gives it a little bit of personality, I think. But it works. They have a small kitchen area to prepare some food, and they also have a big bakery down below, and then sleeping area like that. So it should get the job done, I guess. But overall, I'm very happy with how the interior turned out. I tried to make it look as they don't have too much. They're not very wealthy down here, but they have enough to get a decent life, I guess. The next one is the butchery, and the inside here is a little bit more brutal because we have dead animals and stuff. But yeah, we have a small desk here once you come in, and then we have a little bit of a different interior. But we have, let's check out down the cellar here first, where we will be keeping all of the food and stuff like that. The hot dogs and meat and stuff stored here cool with some ice and some snow and stuff on the ground to keep it temperated, which is very cool, I guess. And then we have a big fireplace or an oven to cook some of the meat. This is supposed to be like meat, and we have an axe to chop it off and kind of make it into sausages or beefs and stuff like that. And we have some sharp knives on the wall, and I think the interior here is pretty alright. Now you can go up the staircase here. We have another small kitchen area for this family here. They can go through here, and then we have two beds for the children of the family. And then we have a double bed in the back here with some storage like that. Overall, pretty simple interior, but it gets the job done, and it gives me the vibe and the character that I want for this build to have. Also, there's a nice backyard here we can check out. We have some storage here, and then some clothes drying up, and a nice spruce tree. And this one looks super cool, I think. And we also have some firewood stored in the back here. Yeah, nice small backyard there in a very cramped area so far. Then we have the leather worker, which was the diagonal build, as you can see. And like when you kind of move away from it, it looks alright, but once you get super close, it looks a little junky, I guess. But it works. So in here we have the small leather working area where you'll be stretching out the leather. You would be cutting it up into different kinds of stuff. Try to simulate a barrel with some leather, just a lot of leather inside of it. And then we have a bench here to kind of chop it off like that. It's very simple, but I try to kind of just create a simple working station like that. In the back here is actually the living quarters for the family, and also upstairs. So these guys have a little bit of a bigger area. So they have a big kitchen here and a sitting area like that, and a small fireplace or an oven furnace, whatever, which leads to the back. Like that, which is kind of cool. You can go up here. We have 3 beds for the children, and then we have a double bedroom. So this is kind of a little bit bigger, and it's almost like a master bedroom, which looks very nice, I think. Down here it's a little bit more open, but it gets the job done, and there's some storage here in the walls you can see. And yeah, pretty satisfied with how all of that looked. Let's take a look in the back here, because as I said, I wanted this to have like a small farm area in the back, which looks super nice from back here. So there's also some leather drying here like that, and we have the path going up where we have turnips and stuff like that being stored, and then some berries. And yeah, very cool, just to kind of get a little bit more food on the table, so you don't have to buy everything. And you can also go in here and we have some firewood being stored up like that for heating and stuff. Then the last build, which is the chandler in the back here, which is kind of cool. We have some wax here being dropped off. This is supposed to simulate wax, so this is kind of just a delivery coming here, dropping off some wax for the candles. And then in here we have small like this shop where we're kind of entering and trying to buy some candles. And then we have these candles being dipped here, as kind of Trilton showed me this design, where we have ropes with kind of dipped into a molten wax, and it turns into candles like that. And we have kind of an area here to work with them, shape them up, and just kind of spam some candles around here to kind of make it very clear that we're doing candles in here, alright? And then we have a lot of storage for tools and wax and candles. You can go up here, we have a small kitchen area, and then we have a bedroom for 2 kids, and then a double bedroom for the parents, with some nice windows and getting some light in here, natural light. And overall, pretty cool interior, I think. Gives a lot of character to the build here. But we can also go out in the back here, which is very cool. I like how the build is kind of built into the hillside here. But we also have a small cabbage and beans field here. So they have some cabbages and beans kind of spread around here. And they can also kind of get all the way up here and put up some dry up some clothes like that. And yeah, I think it turned out pretty cool. This is also for kind of supplying the family with a little bit more food on the table and stuff like that. And it also looks very nice from up above like that. So I kind of want to have that with all the houses built next to the wall here, because you don't want houses all the way to the wall here, because when you're up here, you don't want houses to block your view. You want to be able to shoot all your enemies which are getting towards the wall here, so no houses will be built very close to the wall, and we can use that for smaller farms and stuff like that inside the main city. But anyway guys, I really do hope you enjoyed today's episode. If so, make sure to smack that like button, and if you haven't done it already, make sure to subscribe. It's been Viggoman, and I'm out.